नमस्ते जो अहिले फेसबुक, युट्युब र इन्स्टाग्राम हेरेर बसिराख्नु भएको छ। आज म हजुरहरू समक्ष जानकारीमूलक विषय लिएर कुराकानी गर्न आएको छु। आज मसँग विशेष पाहुनाहरू हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँहरूले यो अहिलेको जानकारीमूलक कार्यक्रम विषय के हो, कस्तो हो र हाम्रा भाइ-बहिनीले कसरी यसको लाभ उठाउन सक्छन् भन्ने कुरामा हामी कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। यो कार्यक्रमको नाम हो ह्याकाथन, तर कार्यक्रम चाहिँ टेक कर्प भन्ने अर्गनाइजेसनले गर्छ। योबाट के हुन्छ भन्दा हाई स्कुलका नानीहरू जो 9, 10, 11, 12मा पढ्नुहुन्छ उहाँहरूलाई मोबाइल एप बनाउने तालिम दिइन्छ। एप बनाउने तालिम दिँदाखेरि जो नानीहरू उहाँ जानुहुन्छ, तालिम गर्नुहुन्छ, एक दिनको तालिम हुन्छ, विशेष तालिम दिन्छ, एक्सपर्टहरूले आएर दिनुहुन्छ। तर उहाँहरूलाई खाने, त्यो दिनभरिको लागि लन्च, ब्रेकफास्ट, डिनर सबैको व्यवस्था हुन्छ। साथसाथै जुन टिमले जित्छ, जित्ने टिम मेम्बरले पैसा पनि पाउनुहुन्छ। जहाँ फ्रीमा कार्यक्रम छ, सिक्नुहुन्छ, सिकाउनुहुन्छ, अन्तिममा पैसा पनि पाउनुहुन्छ र यो नितान्त फ्रीको प्रोग्राम हो। र जो हेर्ने हुने सबैजना इष्टमित्रहरूलाई कार्यक्रमलाई अन्तिमसम्म हेर्नुहोला र यो टेक कोर्प भनेको के रहेछ, ह्याकाथन भनेको के रहेछ भन्ने कुरा आज हाम्रो पाहुनाबाट तपाईँ बुझ्न सक्नुहुन्छ। र त्यति भन्दै तपाईँका केही प्रश्न भए कृपया प्रश्न राखिदिनु होला भन्दै म यहाँ सबैलाई निम्ताउन चाहन्छु। Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. I just talked about this program a little bit in the program just now. Now I'm going to let me put this live on the Instagram as well. We are going to talk about the program. Again. All right. Okay. All right. So before that, let me introduce yourself to my audience. I'll be talking in both the languages, English and Nepali, but mostly I'll be asking the question in English, then I think most likely you'll be answering in English only. Then I'll interpret that into Nepali, right? So मसँग लिसा च्याम्बर्स भनेर हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँ चाहिँ लिसा च्याम्बर्स टेक कर्पको चिफ एक्जिक्युटिभ अफिसर हुनुहुन्छ। Lisa Chamber, a CEO of TechCorp, has over 2 decades of expertise building cross-sector alliance and leading nationally recognized and award-winning career-centered technology programs for technology for K through 12 students and educators. Her strategic vision and dedication to closing the opportunity gap in technology has positioned the TechCorp as a driving force for transforming technology education nationwide. There are many things, but I'm going to read that much only right now. So उहाँ लिसा च्याम्बर जो हुनुहुन्छ उहाँ चाहिँ यो टेककोर्प भन्ने संस्थाको एक्जिक्युटिभ डिरेक्टर हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँले चाहिँ धेरै यो टेक्नोलोजीसँग जुन चाहिँ भएका र नभएका मान्छे बिचमा जुन चाहिँ ग्याप एउटा दूरी छ त्यसलाई घटाउन थोरै काम गर्नुभएको छ। मसँग अर्को पाहुना हुनुहुन्छ लरेन जोन्सन भनेर। उहाँ चाहिँ अहिले she's a high school senior in our own high school, Summit Road High School. So she is also in a mock trial, which is a very important program, one of the programs which I like the most in entire schools. Any of the school programs, that is the best program that I think. I maybe not fair, but that's what I think. And she is a member of Leo Club and a president of NHS. र सम्पूर्ण दर्शक साथीहरू तपाईँलाई आज हामी विशेष कार्यक्रम लिएर आएका छौँ। तपाईँका प्रश्न भए के राखिदिनु होला। So before I start, or even as I start this this program, Lisa, I have a first question to you. So many times whenever we hear about this technology, many of us, like me included, many of us, we think that that's beyond some people. But now this generation called Gen Z now is very popular in our community these days. They are always on the technology, whether we like or dislike. Can you tell me what is TechCorp's hackathon and how does it affect, how does people can be involved in the day-to-day things?
Sure. Well, thank you again for having us and allowing us this opportunity to talk about TechCorp in one of TechCorp's programs, the hackathon. So first, I would just say we are a nonprofit organization that empowers students to succeed in this world that is being transformed by technology. And what we do is we build and deliver career-connected technology programs. The hackathon is one of those programs. Our goals are simple. We want kids to build skills, increase confidence, and we want them to expand opportunities. So the hackathon is really just one of the most exciting events, I feel. We do a number of programs, but I love the hackathon. So this is a day event for students where they come out on a Saturday, and it's really high energy. So if you can imagine hundreds of high school students that are teaming up, that are designing mobile apps to address some type of challenge in their community. It's just an incredibly exciting day. And one of the things that I love about it is you don't have to have any previous experience. So you don't have to be in a technology class. You don't have to have taken a computer science class. You don't have to have ever built a mobile app. We're going to teach you everything that you need to do that day. And I'd like to hope that along the way you're going to meet some new friends. You're going to learn some skills, and you're going to have a really good time.
Thank you. Let me interpret that, summarize that in Nepali. Thank you, Lisa. मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको थिएँ ह्याकाथन र टेक कर्प भनेको चाहिँ के हो भनेर मलाई सोधेको थिएँ। उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ यो चाहिँ एक दिनको प्रोग्राम हो, एक दिन लामो भएको प्रोग्राम हो। यो प्रोग्राम भनेको शनिबार हुन्छ। यो हुने दिन भनेको नोभेम्बर 1 तारिक हो। र सरी, when is this program happening?
November 15th.
नोभेम्बर 15 तारिक हो र नोभेम्बर 15 तारिकको प्रोग्राम हुन्छ। यो प्रोग्राम भनेको नितान्त हाई स्कुलका विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि हो। जो हाई स्कुलमा पढ्ने विद्यार्थी छन् उहाँ सबैहरूका लागि हो। र विद्यार्थी हाई स्कुलका धेरै सयौँजना हाई स्कुलका विद्यार्थीहरू आउँछन्, भेला हुन्छन् र यो समस्या, कुनै समाजमा भएको समस्यालाई कसरी समाधान गर्ने भनेर उनीहरू जमर्को गर्छन्। र यो कार्यक्रम नितान्त फ्रीमा हो र यो कार्यक्रम शनिबारको दिन हुन्छ, नोभेम्बर 15 तारिक, र सबै नानीहरूका लागि यो फाइदाजनक छ। र कार्यक्रममा आएर भाग लिँदाखेरि यो कार्यक्रमलाई पैसा पनि लाग्दैन र यहाँ आएर भाग लिन सक्नु सबैजनाले भन्ने कुरा उहाँले जनाउनु हुँदैछ। र यो प्रोग्राम हुने ठाउँ कहाँ हो, के हो भन्ने कुरा अहिले हामी एकछिनमा कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। Thank you, Lisa. Now, before I go to the next question, first one I wanted to see from the student itself. So, Lauren, you participated last year, right? And a hackathon and within the TechCorp program, one of the programs of the TechCorp. So, can you tell us, like, especially focusing on your generation, let me tell that, people of your age and people of your circle, what is this in your term and how did you learn about it? And 3 questions I'm going to ask. What was your experience? And you make it as long as you want, and I'll just summarize the answer.
Okay, yeah. And then I also just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. So I first heard about this mainly through social media. Someone I had known personally posted about the event in 2023, and I had just kept it on my radar ever since. And then in around October, I had asked that person about the event again, and then using that information, I applied for it, and then obviously ended up going to it. In my experience, it was a very exciting event. It was a bit nerve-wracking at first, obviously, getting to know all the different people and get accustomed to all the different things going on and all the different things that are going to be expected of you. But I think what was so great about the experience is the community that I live in is so diverse in skills and people. And I think the group I had was so representative of like the larger community and had so many amazing ideas and so many amazing perspectives that I think we all were able to really blend together well and bring the best parts of ourselves together to create our larger project.
Thank you. उहाँले भन्नुहुँदैछ मलाई कसैले अक्टोबरको बेलामा कोही मान्छेले भनेको थियो, त्यो भनिसकेपछि मलाई एप्लाई गर्न मन लागिरहेको थियो, मैले एप्लाई गरेँ। एप्लाई गरेर जाँदाखेरि धेरै खाले मान्छेहरू, यो समाजका मान्छेहरू त्यहाँ गएको हुने, हाई स्कुलको नानीहरू हुने, उनीहरूले नयाँ मान्छेलाई भेट्ने र यो टेक्नोलोजी भन्ने विषयमा सिक्न पाइने मौका पाएँ। पहिले सुरुमा त मलाई पनि के हो जस्तो लागेर एकछिनमा चित विचित भए जस्तो भएको थियो भने एकछिन पछाडि मैले सबै कुरा चाल पाएर मलाई यो सजिलो भयो, राम्रो पनि भयो र धेरै कुरा सिक्ने मौका नि भयो र धेरै कुरा सिक्न पनि जाने भन्ने कुरा उहाँले गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ। Thank you, Lauren. So Lisa, now I'm going to ask you the other one. So my next question, more than a next question, is that could be some more questions from the audience also. Audience, तपाईं कसैलाई यो क्वेशन सोध्नु छ, यो के हो कसो भन्छ, प्लिज तपाईं क्वेशन राख्दिनु होला र नबिर्सिकन यो शेयर गरिदिनु होला। आज हामी सधैँभन्दा अलिक कम्ती छौँ। So you have started recently, not that long ago, right? It's almost 7 years ago. Now, how have you kept the hackathon fresh and relevant as the technology keeps evolving? Let me rephrase this question in Nepali also. सो उहाँहरूले गर्दै गरेको 7 वर्ष भयो। हर साल टेक्नोलोजी नयाँ नयाँ आउँछ। अब ह्याकाथनमा जो उहाँहरूले मोबाइल एप बनाउनुहुन्छ आजभन्दा 7 वर्ष अगाडि भएको भन्दा अहिले धेरै खालको अर्को बनाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ। र यो हाम्रा नानीहरूका लागि जो हेर्ने दर्शक साथीहरू हुन्छ तपाईँहरूका लागि यता हाई स्कुलमा पढ्ने 9, 10, 11, 12 पढ्ने नानीहरूका लागि यो प्रोग्राम हो, उहाँहरूका लागि नितान्त फ्री हो। र यो टेक्नोलोजीको सँगसँगै कसरी अगाडि बढाएर लानुभयो भनेर मैले क्वेसन उहाँलाई गरेको छु र उहाँको एन्सर सुनौँ। गो हेड लिसा।
Well, we evolve as the technology evolves. So we've introduced new technology platforms for the students to learn. The other thing that we do, Councilman, is every year we change the challenge that we give to the students, and we love to see how we can help students connect the challenge to what's kind of currently happening in their community. The other piece that we do is we bring in lots of volunteers. So volunteers from different companies from around Columbus who work with the students throughout the day. We also have a number of computer science and engineering undergrads who come in and act as instructors. So they are supporting the students throughout the day as well. So we evaluate the program every year. We listen to the young people in terms of what they liked and what they wanted to do, and we also bring their voice into how we develop and roll out the program every year.
थ्याङ्क यू लिसा। सो मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको क्वेसनको उहाँ एन्सर गर्नु भन्नुहुन्छ। उहाँहरूले यो कार्यक्रम जसरी अब नयाँ नयाँ टेक्नोलोजी परिवर्तन आइरहेको छ टेक्नोलोजीमा, यसै गरी हामी पनि परिवर्तित हुँदै जान्छौँ समयअनुसार, समयको माग अनुसार। र नयाँ नयाँ इन्जिनियर्सहरू, टेक्नोलोजीको काम गर्ने ठुल्ठुला कम्पनीहरूको मान्छेहरूले आएर उहाँहरूले स्वयंसेवा पनि त्यहाँ गर्नुहुन्छ। साथसाथै मसिना नानीहरूले के चाहन्छन् उनीहरूको चाहना मुताबिकको कार्यक्रममा हामी परिवर्तन गर्दै जान्छौँ, नयाँ नयाँ कार्यक्रममा ल्याउँदै जान्छौँ। र स्पेसल्ली चाहिँ अब हाम्रो समाजदेखि अलिकति फाल्टो कुरा चाहिँ मसिना नानीहरूको माग अनुसारको प्रोग्राम हामी गर्दै जान्छौँ भनेर उहाँले भन्नुहुँदैछ। तपाईँ कसैको क्वेसन छन् प्लिज क्वेसन मलाई भनिदिनु होला है त। So thank you. Now, Lauren, let me go to you now. So whenever people talk about, like, again, I'm talking about your age, and I may not represent the question properly for you people of your age. You're Gen Z, right? So so that's a different question. But anyway, I'll try. So whenever we talk about the technology these days, a lot of things are about the coding, right? People wanted to know about coding and all those kind of things. So for you, let me see, your team gets cool. Is there a requirement, the coding or some kind of experience and all those things required for you to be a part of this hackathon? Or before that, can you tell what happened right in the beginning? What happened when you went there? What did they do when you don't know anything or you know anything else? And from there, can you share your experience of not having coding or the requirement of those things?
So before going, I do personally have coding experience. I was on my school's robotics team for 3 years, and I did some light coding there for a few years, and then I also participated in a coding team thing outside of that. So I have had some work with like some Python and programs similar to that. So going into this, I do have some experience. So I didn't know exactly what to expect going into it because I did know that many skill levels were welcome. So I wasn't sure exactly what to expect. So, but I didn't think it was going to be like something completely insane since I knew beginners were welcome for this. But when I got there first, we were all sitting in the auditorium and we did some introductory activities. We actually used a coding program I wasn't familiar with, which I thought was really interesting. We used, it was Apple's own coding software. I can't remember the specific name of it. Yeah. Swift, yes. So we used that coding program, which I wasn't familiar with, which I thought was really cool because it kind of took me outside of my comfort zone and outside of my expectations and kind of forced me to get comfortable with that software. And we did some introductory activities and kind of went through the basics of how to look for things on there. And then there were different templates on there as well that you could reference while working on your project. So if you weren't as familiar with like the more intricate things, then you weren't completely lost on where to start and then how to, begin get your code how you want it. And then for our challenge, we had to reference the UN Sustainable Development Goals and create a project that in some way addressed them. And it was actually interesting because I take part in my school's Model UN team and Global Scholars, which both also reference the UN goals. So I've seen these ideas surrounding these goals pan out in a lot of different ways. But it was really cool because in Global Scholar specifically, people do a capstone project where they take one of the goals and then try to embody that in some way in their community. And I tried to bring up some of those ideas on our initial discussion, and bring some of those out. But we actually didn't even end up using any of those, interestingly enough. And we used a goal I actually hadn't previously thought of. And when we looked more in depth, I realized that assessing our skill set and assessing all of our interests, that would be the best course for us to take.
Alright, थ्याङ्क यू। मैले बहिनीलाई सोधेको थिएँ, प्रश्न सोधेको थिएँ, तपाईँलाई कस्तो भयो तपाईँको आफ्नो तालिम हुँदा नहुँदा कोडिङको बारेमा जान्दा नजान्दा त्यहाँ गएर तपाईँलाई कस्तो एक्सपिरियन्स भयो भनेर सोधेको थिएँ। उहाँले एन्सर भन्नुहुन्छ। र हेर्ने दर्शक साथीहरू तपाईँले पनि प्लिज मलाई क्वेसन सोध्दै जानु होला है त। उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ उहाँ जाँदाखेरि उहाँलाई कुनै पनि अनुभवको आवश्यकता केही पनि थिएन। यो प्रोग्राममा जानुभयो, गइसके पछाडि उहाँलाई हुन त पहिले कोडिङ गर्नुभएको थियो यहाँ स्कुलमा हुँदाखेरि, तर त्यो कोडिङको कुनै पनि आवश्यकता परेन। उहाँ गएपछि एप्पलको कुनै टेक्नोलोजीको बारेमा कोडिङको बारेमा उहाँ गर्नु पर्यो, गर्दा उहाँ केही अनुभव नभएपछि अर्को नयाँ कुरा गर्नुपर्दा उहाँलाई एकछिनको लागि इन्ट्रेस्टिङ पनि भयो। कारण किनभने नयाँ कुरा गर्नुपर्यो हठात गएर नयाँ ठाउँमा भन्ने कुरा भएपछि अनि गर्दै अनुभव जाँदै सिक्दै मान्छेहरूसँग गर्दै गर्दाखेरि बहुत धेरै कुरा सिक्ने अवसर पनि पायो र राम्रो पनि भयो, मजा पनि आयो भनेर भन्नुहुँदैछ। ल तपाईँ So Lisa, now the next question to you. So we are talking about this before I go to the other questions I written here. The next question. Is this program like how much does it cost for people to participate? I think that is a question a lot of our audience might have those things. And can you talk about it? The program is free, right?
It's
and
free.
Also, can you tell about some other excitement? Who can be the participating, or like how to do those things? Can you talk about more about that?
Sure. So the program's free. It's free to sign up, and folks can go online to register. And I think we were going to put a bit.ly in the chat so folks can see that. And it's for students. The Columbus Hackathon is for students that live anywhere in Franklin County and are in grades 9 through 12.
Okay. र यो कुरा फेरि तपाईहरु ख्याल गर्नु होला, यो कार्यक्रम फ्रीमा हो, पैसा लाग्दैन गर्नको लागि। तपाईले मेरो फेसबुकमा भर्खर लागेको छ रेजिस्ट्रेसन लिंकलाई रेजिस्टर गर्नु होला। 9, 10, 11, 12 मा पढ्ने विद्यार्थीहरुका लागि हो, जो फ्रैंकलिन काउन्टीमा बस्नुहुन्छ। For Reynoldsburg, some people are in Lincoln County side. Can they join or no?
If they go to school in Franklin County, they can join.
Okay, school both. So okay, school फ्रैंकलिन काउन्टी छ। रेनल्ड्सबर्गको सबैको लागि भयो। तपाईहरुको फ्रैंकलिन काउन्टीमा स्कुल छ भने हुन्छ। रेनल्ड्सबर्गको स्कुल आधा फ्रैंकलिन काउन्टी, आधा लिंकन काउन्टी। I think that should not be a problem. So तपाई जो हुनुहुन्छ, तपाईको नानीहरु 9, 10, 11, 12 मा पढ्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने यो भयंकरै मजाको अवसर हो जहाँ चाहिँ नानीहरुका लागि फ्रीमा यो कार्यक्रम छ। र कार्यक्रममा पार्टिसिपेट गरे बापत र जित्यो भने त्यहाँनेरि पुरस्कारको रूपमा पैसा पनि पाइन्छ। Okay, thank you. So what are the, can you also tell about like if a winner, what will winner will get?
Yeah. Well, Lauren should tell you because she's been a winner of the hackathon. So.
Okay, then we'll come back to Lauren for that question then. So, Lisa, let me ask the question that is prepared here. Beyond coding, what do students actually walk away with after the day at hackathon? Can you tell about?
So I think in addition to the technical skills that they might build, that we also have a lot of durable skills, or folks sometimes call them soft skills. So students are going to learn about working in teams. They're going to learn about problem solving, being critical thinkers, and then practice also their presentation skills, which some students, and I don't know how Lauren feels about this, some still feel like that was kind of the hardest part, is presenting your idea to a panel of judges from the community that come in, and that's sometimes a little nerve-wracking for the students.
Okay. उहाँले भन्नुहुन्छ नानीहरु जो गएका पार्टिसिपेट गरेका हुन्छन् यो नितान्त फ्रीमा मोबाइल एप बनाउने टेक्नोलोजी सिकाउने कार्यक्रम हो। यो पैसा लाग्दैन, सबैले रेजिस्टर गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। जो फ्रैंकलिन काउन्टी लिंकन काउन्टीमा बस्नुहुन्छ, फ्रैंकलिन काउन्टी स्कुल भएको सबै विद्यार्थीहरुका लागि हो। कोलम्बस जहाँ बसेको लिंक गर्दाखेरि भयो। र त्यहाँ गइसकेपछि नानीहरुले एउटा कोडिङ गरेर एप बनाउन त सिक्छन्, तर सिकिसके पछाडी उनीहरुले प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्ने, मान्छेहरुसँग जान बोल्ने, अनि ठुलठुला कम्पनीका मान्छेहरुसँग सम्बन्ध बनाउने, कनेक्सन बनाउने, यस्ता विभिन्न किसिमका कुराहरु पनि उनीहरुसँग हुन सक्छ भन्ने कुरा उहाँले भन्नुभयो। So Lauren, before like let's go to that question part of it. Like there are people who win, there are people who may not win, but at the end of the day they will come up with the skill. They're gonna win those skills, right? But if you happen to be a winner, what are the benefit there? How many people will get that benefit? Can you talk about your
Mhm.
experience?
So, you are on a team, and multiple teams do win at each hackathon event. So, I believe it's 3 teams at each. At least that's how it was at my particular competition. We each walked away with a pretty large sum of money, $200 individually, which was obviously more than I've gotten from any previous competition. More than that, I think it really did work on a lot of the soft skills as she was talking about. I think the presentation part was very difficult, but also the collaboration part was, for my group, very difficult at the initial stages. Um, so I think it worked on a lot of those skills and communication throughout the process of working and through the stress. You know, when the stress began to build and we all wanted to focus on our own parts, that's when it was most important for us to take a step back and focus on the main goal, which was for all of us to succeed together. And so we all needed to focus on that aspect.
So that means once you go there, that they'll give you an iPad, they'll give you a computer, and they'll start you will start working. Or how can you tell that more details about that thing? Like this, I want that for audience to know that detailed part because I think they are looking for those kind of
Mm-hmm.
So,
answers.
oh, I'll just share
Please.
this part and then Lauren let you jump in. So students don't have to come on a team. They come individually, and then we build their teams once they arrive. And that happens kind of behind the scenes. And teams are built based on previous skill level, geography, gender. We really want to put students in mixed teams. We want them because, like, this is the real world, right? You have a project, you have a task. Sometimes you don't know the people that you're working with, but just like Lauren said, you have to figure out how do you communicate? How can you work well? How do you bring ideas together? And so that is all part of the learning that takes place at the hackathon, which we think are very transferable skills for young people to build and something that a lot of employers are looking for.
All right, thank you. That's something I'm looking for. So तपाईँहरू जो जो रेजिस्टर गर्नुहुन्छ तपाईँको नानी 9, 10, 11, 12मा पढ्दैछन् र फ्रेङ्कलिन काउन्टीमा बस्छन् भने तपाईँले लिङ्कमा जानुहोला, रेजिस्टर गर्नुहोला। कुनै पनि पहिले पढेको हुनुपर्छ भन्ने आवश्यकता छैन। तपाईँले भिडियो पनि सेयर गर्दै जानुहोला र रेजिस्टर गरिसके पछाडि जब सबैतिरका नानीहरू भेला भएर उहाँसँग डेटा हुन्छ त्यसका अनुसारले उहाँहरूले पहिले टिम बनाइदिएको हुन्छ। मेबी टिम हाउ मेनी पिपल इन अ टिम हाउ मेनी पिपल इन अ टिम 5जना ग्रुप बनाइदिएको हुन्छ। मेरो 50वटा ग्रुप हुन्छ कि 20वटा ग्रुप कति हुन्छन् उहाँहरूले ग्रुप बनाएको हुन्छ। अनि प्रत्येक ग्रुपलाई एउटा काम दिइन्छ कम्प्युटर सम्बन्धी एप सम्बन्धी। अब जो एपमा जित्छ जित्ने टिमले प्रत्येक सदस्यले $200 को पैसा पाउँछ। $200 पैसा लिएर आउने। दिनभरि सिक्ने सिकाउने मान्छेहरू हुन्छन्, खाने बस्ने सबैको व्यवस्था हुन्छ दिनभरिको लागि र अन्तिममा जितेर $200 पैसा पनि लिएर आउनुहुन्छ। Right, thank you, Lisa. I just explained that thing in Nepali as well. So now the question is real question about how can a student register and how can parents get involved as so this is important volunteers, what roles are available before or during the event. So question is now when we are talking about these things that I believe there are a lot of opportunities for volunteers. Can parent volunteers or if they can, how? If not, then and also kind of talk about how to register.
So as much as we would love to have parents there, we do not allow them to volunteer. And, you know, again, this is a competition, so folks will understand that, I think. But we do need a lot of volunteers. We recruit out of companies, and you don't have to be a technologist. You don't have to be an engineer. Certainly, we love those folks as well, but we need volunteers to help with logistics. So, you know, we're going to have 300 students attending the hackathon in Columbus on November 15th. So we need lots of hands to get kids registered in the morning, to help us feed them throughout the day, to just help provide support. So we have logistic volunteer needs. And then certainly we also are looking for folks that work in tech to come out and volunteer. And we have training for all of the volunteers to help them see how they can support the students throughout the day.
थ्याङ्क यू। मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको थिएँ, हेर्ने दर्शक साथीहरू तपाईँ क्वेसन्सहरू राखिदिनु होला, हाम्रो कार्यक्रम अन्तिम हुन आँटेको छ। मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको थिएँ, उहाँ तपाईँको कार्यक्रममा प्यारेन्ट्स जसको 9, 10, 11, 12का विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि यो फ्रीमा टेक्नोलोजी सम्बन्धीको कक्षा हो। यसका लागि जित्ने नानीहरूका लागि $200 पैसा पनि पाउनुहुन्छ भनेर मैले अघि जानकारी गराएँ। र त्यसमा अभिभावकहरूले भोलिन्टियर गर्न पाइन्छ कि पाइँदैन, अथवा भोलिन्टियर गर्न अपर्च्युनिटी छ कि छैन भन्दा, हुन चाहिँ उहाँहरूलाई धेरै भोलिन्टियर आवश्यक छ अरे। मतलब धेरै भोलिन्टियर, किन 300 जना त नानीहरू हुन्छन् त्यहाँनिर, 300 जना भन्दा बेसी भनेदेखि त्यो भोलिन्टियर आवश्यक भए तापनि अभिभावकलाई भोलिन्टियर गर्न दिँदैन। कारण किनभने त्यो कम्पिटिसन हुन्छ, आफ्नो नानी त्यहाँ बसी आफ्नो नानीलाई हेल्प गर्ने सम्भावना हुनसक्छ। त्यस कारणले पनि कुनै पनि भोलिन्टियर्स प्यारेन्ट्सहरूलाई चाहिँ भोलिन्टियर गर्न दिँदैन। उहाँहरूले आफ्नै तरिकाले भोलिन्टियर म्यानेज गरेर त्यो कार्यक्रम गर्नुहुन्छ भन्नुहुँदैछ। तर अब हामीले गर्ने भनेको कुरा चाहिँ रेजिस्टर गर्ने, मेरो फेसबुकमा जानुहोस्, त लिङ्क त्यहाँ छ, अथवा मेरो कार्यक्रम सकेर हामी लिङ्क लगाउँछौँ र त्यहाँ रेजिस्टर गर्ने, र 9, 10, 11, 12मा पढ्ने नानीहरू हुन्छ भने तपाईँले त्यहाँ गएर कार्यक्रममा जोइन गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। र तपाईँ केही क्वेसन भयो भने प्लिज क्वेसन राखिदिनु होला। So Lauren, now I have another question for you. Prepared question is that which part of the day they build your confidence most? Collaborating, pitching, getting tech volunteer feedback, and the question is why. Let me rephrase this question in Nepali, then come back to you. मैले लरेनलाई सोध्दैछु, तपाईँ दिनभरि गर्ने तालिम सिक्नुभयो, त तालिम सिक्दाखेरि तपाईँका अनुभवमा कुन दिनको कुन पाटो चाहिँ तपाईँलाई धेरै मजा आयो? कुनै टेक्नोलोजीका ठुल्ठुला गुगलबाट कहीँबाट आएका मान्छेहरूसँग उनीहरूको अनुभव, उनीहरूको कुरा सुन्दा मजा आयो कि अन्तिममा एप बनाइसकेपछि गएर प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्दा मजा आयो कि कुन पाटाको चाहिँ मजा आयो, त्यो पनि तपाईँलाई सेयर गरिदिनुहोस् न भनेर मैले उहाँलाई भनेको छु। र उहाँको जवाब सुनौँ। तर तपाईँले आज किन सेयर गर्नुभयो सबैजना प्लिज सेयर गरिदिनु होला है त।
So what had built my confidence the most was the presentation part. My group had designated a few individuals to specifically work on creating a visual aid for when we were to present our coding project. So when we were able to present, my group was very confident and very prepared, and we just I feel like we were all able to feel that within our own interactions leading up to the point, and then during it, I feel like we just with our confidence, we were all able to really present our best selves during it. And then also in getting feedback, because there were a lot of challenges in trying to develop the harder parts of our code, because we did integrate a Google Map esque feature into our program, and that took us almost 3 hours, and we had multiple setbacks with that. And I think having the staff be so supportive and so helpful throughout the process, and them giving us that feedback throughout the process and letting us grow and like work on building it, really gave us the confidence to keep pushing through that tough part where we really wanted to just completely scrap it and move on to something that would take less time to develop. But looking back, we really appreciated that, as that was one of the more important and more impressive features of our design once we were able to complete it.
So that means you build an app which has a connection with the Google Map, right? Is that
So
correct?
users were able to insert their location into our app, and then from there it would show them food pantries and then how far the food pantries were based on their current location. So it would operate similar to Google Maps, but just focus on food pantries.
वाव वाव धन्यवाद। मैले थ्याङ्क यू। मैले उहाँलाई सोधेको थिएँ, उहाँले भन्नुहुन्छ हाम्रो ग्रुपले गरेको सबैभन्दा मजा चाहिँ भएर प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्दा आयो। अब उहाँले बनाउनु भयो, एप बनाउनु भयो अरे। नानीहरू 5 जना नानीहरू 11, 12मा पढ्ने नानीहरूले गएर बसेर कुराकानी त्योभन्दा अगाडि चिन्दै नचिनेको मान्छेसँग गएर बसेर कुराकानी गरेर ट्र्याकमा ठुल्ठुलो टेक्नोलोजीमा काम गर्ने हाम्रो इन्जिनियरहरूको सहायता लिएर उहाँहरूले एप बनाउनु भयो अरे। एप चाहिँ कस्तो बनायो भन्दा हाम्रो जिपिएस हुन्छ, गुगल म्याप हुन्छ, गुगल म्यापमा जोडिएको उहाँहरूको प्रोजेक्ट चाहिँ कसरी फुड पेन्ट्री भेट्ने आफ्नो एरिया भने त्यो प्रोजेक्टमा उहाँहरूले त्यो एपमा लगाउँदाखेरि यहाँ जाँदा यसको यति यति दूरीमा यतिवटा फुड पेन्ट्री छन् भनेर त्यो एप बेलुका बनाउनु भयो अरे। र हो त्यो एप यस्तो बनायौँ भनेर प्रेजेन्टेसन गर्दा चाहिँ उहाँलाई बहुत धेरै कन्फिडेन्स पनि आयो र त्यसमा धेरै मजा आयो र त्यो कुराबाट मैले धेरै कुरा सिकेर आएँ भन्नुहुँदैछ। Thank you, Lauren. So Lisa, now the last question to you. We are almost the program is almost done. I have 2 comments here. Shiva Adhikari is telling namaskar and hello to all. So thank you, Shivaji. And Indu Bhusan Gautam is telling greetings from Virginia. Glad to know such a wonderful program for our young people. Great opportunity to learn high quality career connected technology program. My best wishes. भन्नुहुँदैछ। सो थ्याङ्क यू इन्दु भूषणजी। र अरू पनि हेर्ने साथीहरू तपाईँ हुनुहुन्छ भने प्लिज तपाईँ जहाँ भए पनि यसलाई सेयर गर्नु होला, तपाईँ क्वेसन लेखिदिनु होला। उहाँ अहिले हुनुहुन्छ र तपाईँको नानीहरू 9, 10, 11, 12मा पढ्नुहुन्छ भने प्लिज यसमा साइन अप गर्नु होला मैले लिङ्क लगाएको छु सो वी विल अल्सो सेयर द लिङ्क हियर आफ्टर द प्रोग्राम and you can anybody and everybody can sign up if you are in high school in Franklin County. So Lisa, now that last question to you, and if you want to add anything else, feel free to do that. So why you want to start this program? What is the rationale behind these things?
Oh, what we know is that, there are lots of young people out here with lots of great ideas. And unfortunately, still in our country, that access to high quality technology experiences is just not equally distributed, right? And so part of the reason that TechCore exists is to make sure that we're casting wide nets and we're inviting all students, all people to be a part of this technology revolution, that we need their ideas. I mean, you can hear from the app that Lauren and her team created that these young folks have incredible ideas. And we need diverse teams that are creating these technology projects that are representative of all the people that use technology. And right now, that's just not where we are. And so that is why TechCore exists. We do believe that the skill is there, and a lot of times it's just the lack of opportunities like this for young people to see. And we now, we're in our 7th year of doing this hackathon. We had young people at the hackathon last year who work in industry who their first experience was through this hackathon, right? So it is planting the seed, and we love seeing kind of what it does and how this is like a starting point for a lot of young people to realize that they are innovators. They have great ideas, and the technology industry needs them.
Wow, great. Thank you, Lisa. मैले उहाँलाई सोधेँ यो इन्टायर प्रोग्राम तपाईँले किन गर्नुभएको यसको लार्जर ठुलो आइडिया चाहिँ के हो किन के लागि गर्नुभएको मैले सोधेको थिएँ र उहाँ भन्नुहुन्छ अहिले हाम्रो समाजमा यहीँ अमेरिकामा पनि जहाँ हामी बसेका छौँ यहाँ पनि भएका र नभएका मान्छेमा फाल्टै आफ्नै किसिमको दूरी छ र कतिजना नानीहरूसँग अझै पनि टेक्नोलोजीसँग भेट्न सक्ने सम्भावना हाम्रो गाउँघरका नानीहरूलाई छैन र त्यसमा पनि जो हामी बाहिरबाट आएका मान्छेहरू हुन्छौँ भनौँ अब जसको चाहिँ सबै थोकको इन्टरनेटको सुविधा नभएको विभिन्न किसिमका आफ्ना कारणले गर्दाखेरि टेक्नोलोजी नपुगिरहेका हुन्छन् र समाज जसरी खाले छ त्यसै उनीहरूको आइडिया पनि खाले हुन्छन् र यी नानीहरू यङ नानीहरूले चाहिँ बहुत धेरै कामहरू गर्न सक्छन् उनीहरूसँग क्षमता अपार क्षमता छ र त्यो क्षमतालाई प्रयोग गर्न उनीहरूको जुन किसिमको टेक्नोलोजीको ज्ञान छ उनीहरू मौका नगरिरहेका हुन्छन् र एउटा मौका हो र गरिबी रेखादेखि मुनि परेका मान्छेहरूका लागि पनि यो फ्रीमा हो र मौका पनि हो र यसबाट धेरै नयाँ कुरा निक्लिन्छ जस्तो लरेनहरूले उहाँहरूले जो बनाउनु भयो पोहोरको टेक्नोलोजीको एप्समा त्यो एप्स अरू सबैले नबनाएको हुन सक्छन् उहाँहरूको अनुभवले गर्दा त्यो एप बनिएको हुनसक्छ भन्ने कुरा उहाँले सेयर गर्नुभयो थ्याङ्क यू लिसा नाउ लरेन लास्ट क्वेसन टु यू And overall, which you mentioned before we were coming live, you were telling that you learn about this program through my daughter Aditi, right? So which is a great thing. Now, I think when Aditi learned, she went there, she could not win, but I think you won because of when she told about it, it was a great thing. So here also, I'm also telling to my audience as well, like to share these things, bring it to other people, bring it to more people in the communities across, so that people learn about it, they can register and they can go and learn about it, and most likely they're gonna win. Even if they don't win, they're gonna win the skills, right? So what is the message that you want to tell the youngster like you about this program? What they want to do, what they should do, in your opinion? Can you tell that?
I think they should definitely go for it. I think it's an amazing experience all around. Even if I hadn't won, I think I would still do it 100 times over. I think the collaboration and other than that, all the skills I took from it, I still really stick with me. I think that the experience has really transformed how I'm able to work in groups and how I'm able to effectively communicate, especially under those time constraints. Because during that competition setting, everyone wants to really focus on their skills and really shine in their own element. And when we work together, we can create something where everybody does get to shine in their own element. But if we don't have the skills to foster a community where everyone is able to shine like that, then we won't be able to have these amazing things. So I think just don't take it for granted and really soak it all in, because it was an amazing experience and I was very grateful to have been able to be a part of it.
थ्याङ्क यू। मैले उहाँलाई भन्ने थिएँ, हाम्रो छोरीले उनलाई भनेको थिइन् अरे पहिले यो कार्यक्रम जानुभन्दा अगाडि लरेनलाई सुनाएको उसले थियो अरे, र उसले गएर हाम्रो छोरीले चाहिँ जितिनन्, तर लरेनले जितिन्, जसले सुनाएको थियो उसले सुनेको जितिन् भने पछाडि कसैले काहीँभन्दा काहीँबाट जित्न सक्ने सम्भावना हुँदो रहेछ। जितेर $200 पैसा पनि ल्याइन्, तर त्योभन्दा ठुलो कुरा चाहिँ धेरै कुरा सिकेर आइसके पछाडि अहिले पनि उहाँले जिते पनि नजिते पनि म फेरि बार जान्छु, यो कार्यक्रममा भाग लिन्छु, गरिरहन्छु भन्नुहुन्छ उहाँले। र हेर्ने दर्शक साथीहरू, तपाईँका घरमा पनि कोही सानो नानीहरू छन्, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12मा पढ्ने, अथवा तपाईँले बाहिरबाट हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ त इन्दुभूषणजी भर्जिनियाबाट हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने उहाँलाई सेयर गर्नुहोला, कोलम्बसको साथीहरूलाई भनिदिनुहुन्छ। नेपालबाट हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने तपाईँले सेयर गर्दा हुन्छ। जहाँ जुनै ठाउँबाट हेरिजबर्ग, पेन्सिलभेनिया जहाँबाट हेरेको भए तापनि प्लिज सेयर गर्नुहोला, र कोलम्बसको वरिपरि बस्ने साथीहरूका लागि बहुतै ठुलो मौका हो, र मौका नचुकाउनुहोला। So when is the program, Lisa? I think we'll talk about that a little bit before, and where I'll put the address here too.
November 15th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're going to be at Columbus Afrocentric Early College, which you have the address there on Allegheny. And so again, the registration form is up and live. So we encourage you to share and encourage. And again, I think I'm always so excited about the young people who are coming and being brave and trying something new. That I guarantee it's going to be a good. And I love you're saying, you're going to win because you're going to win some great skills and probably meet some new friends and just have a good time. So lots of food, lots of swag, and the opportunity to walk away with $200. Not a bad way to spend a Saturday.
Oh, we didn't ask about that one. So, okay, thank you. I was thinking before we end, would you ever say anything else? But I want to add as well that there will be a breakfast, lunch, and snacks, and maybe a dinner will be provided, right?
Breakfast, lunch, and lots of snacks.
Oh, snacks. And that also is
All
free. ल हेर्ने साथीहरू, अर्को पनि हेर्नुहोस् है त, नानीहरूलाई बिहान नोभेम्बर 15 तारिक बिहान 9 बजीदेखि बेलुका 6 बजीसम्मको कार्यक्रम हो। यहाँनिर बिहान 9 AM to 6 PM, राइट? सो बिहान 9 बजी तपाईँ जब पुग्नुहुन्छ, उहाँ नानीहरूको खानाको लागि ब्रेकफास्ट हुन्छ, फ्रीमा हुन्छ, दिउँसो लन्च हुन्छ, फ्रीमा हुन्छ, अनि दिनभरि नानीहरूलाई खानेको लागि खानेपिनेको व्यवस्था सबै थोक हुन्छ। यो कार्यक्रम फ्रीमा हो, रेजिस्ट्रेसन गर्नुहोला 9, 10, 11, 12मा पढ्नेका लागि, र यो कार्यक्रममा गएर भाग लिएर आफूलाई चाहिने स्किलहरू सिकेर आउनुहोला। यति भन्दै maybe let me ask Lauren, do you want to add anything else as we go?
I just want to say thank you again for this opportunity to come on here and keep talking about this. I absolutely love this program and love this company. It was such an honor, and it has still been an honor, to continue this. Sorry.
All right, thank you. Lisa, do you want to add anything else?
I just want to say, I want to thank our sponsors who make this possible, who allow us to offer these programs to kids in the community. So the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, the Columbus City Council, Google, Honda, great partners who believe in supporting community and allowing opportunities like this for young people. So just want to thank them for their support in making this possible.